Well, I guess I really pushed some hot buttons of a fellow who's trying to get started as a roofing contractor in a video that I did giving some advice to homeowners on how to choose a contractor. Let's work through this one. Hi everybody, this is Tracy Bookman, owner of Homestead Roofing, and we have a video out there on our YouTube channel on 5 questions that you should ask a roofer. So as you're going through the process of interviewing roofers, these are just some tips on what you can be asking them to help you kind of identify who may be the best fit for you. Well, got a comment on that video from a guy who apparently seems like he's trying to start his own roofing business, and he took issue with one of the points that I had made through in that video. So one of the questions that I was recommending that homeowners ask roofing contractors is, do you require any money up front? My answer on that should be that a roofing contractor shouldn't require money up front. And by up front, what I mean is before any materials are delivered to the property. Now, a roofing contractor has a right to collect a deposit payment, but if you're giving a roofing contractor money before there's what I would call tangible evidence that he's going to do the job, which by definition, my definition of that is there's actually material loaded either on the ground or on your roof that is going to be used to do your roof replacement, you shouldn't be giving that roofing contractor any money. So until he's given you some good faith evidence that he's actually committed to doing the work, don't give a roofing contractor money up front. Materials on the property, that's good faith. Because then if he doesn't show up to do the job, at least you have materials that you've paid for, and then you can hire a different roofing contractor to do the labor. He took issue with that, and he sent me the following message. He said, how does someone just starting their own contracting business with 4 kids to feed and clothe supposed to pay for a minimum of $2,000 of material and $2,000 labor? And that's a small roof, without asking for half down. So for somebody that's trying to get started, I think that's really a fair question. How do I do this? In my opinion, there are legitimate ways of doing that. And so I actually responded to this fella on the YouTube comments and said, if you watch the whole video segment, you would see that I didn't say a contractor should not collect a deposit, but that the homeowner shouldn't pay the deposit until materials have been delivered to the property. You, as the contractor, will still get your money, just not until the homeowner has some tangible assurance that you're actually going to do the job. Well, so that's kind of what he took issue with. I don't think he was really upset about the original video, but he did not like my answer. So he said, well, how do I get the materials? I have 4 kids. So that's the second time that he's mentioned that. So that seems like that's his big legitimate trump card. I have 4 kids, and this one job might be my first job that I have to get half down on so they can get materials, and we don't have a charge account yet. And that's kind of my whole point, right? For you as a homeowner, that's why this is an important question, especially if you get a contractor who is obviously brand new. And especially if he starts trying to pull these kind of emotional, manipulative tactics. Well, I have 4 kids, so I've got to feed and clothe them, and I don't have a charge account with the supplier yet, and I just really need this job to get going. That's a big red flag for you as a homeowner, and that's exactly why we made this video. So any business owner who's professional, who's credible, knows how business works. So if this guy who's just getting started, if he can't get a charge account with a supplier to be able to put materials on credit, he should use a credit card, right? I mean, virtually everybody nowadays has a credit card, and if you don't have a credit card that has an available $2,000 on it, you probably shouldn't be in business. If you don't have a credit card with an available $2,000 of credit limit on it, borrow the money from family or friends. If you don't have family and friends that are going to loan you $2,000 to get a business started, you shouldn't be in business. And again, you as a homeowner should know those kinds of things. That's why this is a red flag. If you don't have any credit, if you can't get any credit, how do you do this? Well, you work hard for somebody else, save up the money that you need to get your first job going, and then go pay cash for the materials and pay cash for your labor. All right, so this is why this is such an important topic for you as a homeowner, because there are these guys out there, and I'm not calling into question this particular fellow's character or his quality of work or his customer service or any of that kind of thing. But the reason that this is important for you as a homeowner is because there are a lot of those guys out there. You know, they want to get started, they have good intentions, they mean well. But the problem is when they start essentially robbing Peter to pay Paul, collecting money up front to be able to pay for materials. The problem is that normally if they're collecting 50%, that's not enough to pay for materials and labor. So now they're behind on the money game for that first job because they've got to pay for their labor once that labor is completed. And it may still, if it's an insurance job, it may be 30 or 60 days before you're going to be able to give them the final payment for that job. So they're going to get behind. So they've collected enough money from you to pay for the materials, but they don't have enough money to pay for the labor out of your deposit payment. So then what happens is on their next job, they've got to collect a deposit payment up front to help them cover the cost of the labor for the previous job. So they end up just getting behinder and behinder and behinder, digging themselves into a pit. Then what can happen, I'm not saying this is going to happen every single time with every single contractor, but oftentimes the guys that all of a sudden just disappear, this is why, is because they've dug themselves into such a deep hole that they can't get out of it. They panic. They take the money and run, right? So they've got a bunch of deposit payments collected, maybe several, and maybe it amounts to $100,000, $200,000. We've seen it, people disappear with $500,000, and then they're just gone, right? Because they panic. They start with good intentions, but not knowing how the process has to work gets them in trouble. Hopefully you as a homeowner see why this is such an important topic. If you've got questions about this topic or anything else roof related, please give us a call. Our office phone number is right up here, 719-433-6991. You can also visit our website. That's right down here, homesteadroofingcolorado.com. Also, we would love it if you like this video. If it's been helpful for you, please give us the big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Click the bell icon up there so that way you get notified when we've got new videos. Plus, if you have questions that you'd like us to answer, please leave those in the comments section down below. We read and respond to every question that we get on our videos. Hey, if you're a contractor and you want to take issue with me over this, I'd love to hear from you because I love the kind of dialogue that comes up in this kind of forum. So anyway, until our next video, I'm Tracy Bookman, owner of Homestead Roofing.